like we all affectionately call him OMD, but he's still, he's still a guy that we all really, really respect and look up to. And probably one of the best guys in the business, bar none. I mean, I've been all over the world with him, and there's no one I'd rather have traveled those roads with. He's just a great guy.
Yep.
Next on the list, you actually just mentioned him, AJ Styles.
AJ. Well, there's another guy that, Daniels is responsible for first getting into that spotlight. I remember hearing about AJ Styles, where Christopher Daniels, it was the 51st
anniversary.
Is it the 50th or 51st, NWA anniversary show? And ever since then, it's been AJ Styles, to a point where, and this is just to put Daniels over again, to a point where, AJ's kind of surpassed him in TNA. AJ's their golden boy, and Daniels doesn't care. Like, a lot of other guys would be jealous or pissed, but he's just, he's elated for AJ, and like even TNA, I think's missing the boat with Daniels. They're just now trying to push him singles and putting him in a program with AJ, and it's just like, Daniels, he's patient and everything, and I think he tries to project that in all of us, and he really tries to project it in AJ, and I really think AJ looks up to Daniels as like a father figure, and AJ's the same way, hey man, you need to stay in my hotel room, or hey, you pick me up at the airport, I'm gonna buy you lunch, and and this and that, never listen to me and AJ get into a religious conversation, because that's pretty ridiculous, but that's why we're all friends, is because we're all different. We all come from somewhere else, and we all believe different things, but we're still friends, And I mean, a lot of these are going to sound the same. That it's just that these guys are selfless and they'll do anything, and help their friends, and
And I'm so much more better at video games than AJ, no matter what he tells you.
That is true.
Because AJ will have all the gimmicks. He has those Xboxes that you can download game. You don't even need the game. It doesn't matter. Because I am better than him.
AJ's crazy.
Yeah, AJ is crazy. I whooped him bad at Tekken 4 in front of his wife 5 times at the Vans Skate Park in Orange, California. And to this day, I had to let him win because his wife was crying because she wanted to leave so bad. This is true. So AJ Styles, though you are a good person, you suck at video games, and I will always be better than you. So never forget that. Thank you and good night.
I don't even play video games. I stink.
Steve Corino.
Steve Corino.
I'll start this one.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, Steve's a good guy. Like I said, I met him in 01 when I was over in Japan. And when Steve, the contrary part, when Steve first came to Japan, he was like the biggest joke in the office. It was great. Everybody, all the bosses used to laugh. Because he was trying to be like a serious wrestler, and he was very, very sucked up and skinny at the time, and doesn't eat as much as he does these days. And
before, like me, basically.
Yeah. Before Gravity Ass became the Gravity Ass that he is today.
Jesus Christ, Steve Corino sandbags like somebody getting ready for a hurricane.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
I've actually think I've almost had a hernia trying to pick him up off the ground. It is amazing. I have had people say that my German suplex at the time was just immaculately beautiful. I drilled it and I worked on it and I fucking trained it in a Japanese dojo. I thought, yes. And the minute I picked up Steve Corino and his large bulbous ass landed on my head just from simple, there's like gravity that he stores in his boots. I swear to God. Ever since then, it's never been the same. But other than that, great guy, super father, and really heavy.
Corino always gives me a lot of shit about, obviously me being drug free and all that stuff, and he's always like, "Look at you, you're on drugs. Look at you, your piercings and your tattoos, and you're on drugs. It's all a work, blah blah blah." But he actually now realizes I'm a lot of fun, and I'm a lot more hilarious than everybody else who's drunk when I'm sober, obviously. Yeah. We went to England together, and we were on a couple shows, and Raven was there too, so it was pretty much, pick on Raven night. So we're just picking on Raven the whole time.
But why pick on
me?
To
a point where Raven refused to even come out with us that night, and he's gonna be sorry because we went to a transvestite bar, which I'm sure is right up Raven's alley. So,
tell him about the rib to get you the transvestite.
Alex Shane guy who promotes and runs FWA thought it'd be funny as a rib to, hey,
I'm gonna play
you guys want to go out? We're gonna
Yanks.
take you out. We're gonna take you out. We're gonna show you England. It's gonna be great. And me and Karina were like, yeah, great, whatever. We'll go out. Cool. One of the kids came up to us and they're like, hey, man, Karina's taking you guys to a tranny bar. Me and Karina just kind of looked at each other and went, all right, well, we'll let him have his rib. We won't spoil it, So the whole
joke won't get them
the whole cab ride, he's all excited. Not Michael Shane, Alex Shane. He's all, oh, this is gonna be great. We're gonna go out, But me and Karina were already in on it. We know what's happening. So we come strolling up to the bar. We're the first two there. I'm dressed like this. Karina's got a shirt and a tie on, right? So I don't know if that meant I look like the woman or if he did. But regardless, the bouncer looks at me and Karina and he goes, hey, you guys realize tonight's, and we both go, yeah, here's your 20 pounds. We walk down the stairs, and we're just all kind of soaking it all in, and there's framed pictures of, like, the most odd people on the wall. I mean, it was like Prince, Elton John, Goldie Hawn, like just really weird, like I don't know if this is what transvestites are into, but like Dustin Hoffman as Tootsie, like all these just framed pictures on the wall. So we're like, that's funny, and we go down this winding staircase and we get on the floor, and the entire right side of the place is one big super long bar, and then there's like a little dance floor and a little stage, and like we walked into this place and it was just shocking, having been in Roppongi in Japan and seeing seeing like the hottest woman you've ever seen in your entire life,
with an
and
Adam's
you're like,
apple.
that's a guy, but that's the prettiest girl I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, in Japan we had Josh Daniels in love with this girl, in love. He was like, she smells good, and oh my god, and blah blah blah. And we're
She has a penis.
she's a dude, I kind of expected that. No, not in England, man.
No,
They don't roll that way. It looked as if me and Joe and Carino and everybody else
Karina with his beard.
put on their sister's dress, 5 o'clock shadow, maybe a wig here and there, maybe not. There was a couple of, ones that I was like, oh, she did a good job, but then there were just the ones that looked like, like Rhodesia from Monty Python with the lipstick like all over, like missing an eyelash, like businessmen that looked like they had like some nightgown just jammed into their suitcase, so like right after they broke away right after work and like just put it on, they're just walking around. It was like it was like the Mos Eisley Cantina in Star Wars, and we just sat there and we were like, wow, like this is just another planet, And Alex Shane's all like, oh, do you like it, eh? And we're like,
He's got a big rib on the Yanks.
He knows everybody, but he walks in, the bartender's like, Alex! He's like high-fiving trannies, like we're walking through, and I'm like, man, this guy, you think you know some people, and he just like, he says he has a good time there, and he just goes out there and,
Hey, whatever, man.
whatever, man. I don't, I'm not gonna judge you, Alex.
Ain't no shame in
It's
your
okay.
game.
It's okay.
At all.
So, Carino gets a couple of drinks. He's drinking like Red Bull and vodka, and I'm drinking, water. And we're sitting there, and we're just watching people. People watching is like one of my favorite activities. Just watching people go by, and every time somebody goes by, me and Carino is so rude. We're like, look at that. Some of them are like big jacked up guys, but they got dresses on, but they don't have any makeup on, and some of them are, it's just ridiculous. So Karina looks at me and goes, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know whether to like, should I face the bar or should I face like away from the bar? Like, I don't know what to do. And we're standing there sticking out like 2 sore thumbs, And finally, I go, man, I gotta pee. And Karina goes, oh, thank God. He's like, I had to piss for 45 minutes. He's like, but I didn't want to go alone. So we walk into the bathroom.
So who's acting like the broads?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. It's very ironic. So we walk into the bathroom, and there's a line in the guy's bathroom. Like, I didn't even know what bathroom to go into. If you're a transvestite, which bathroom do you go into? You go into the girls, or do you go into the guys? I mean, you're a guy, you have a penis, so you go into the guy, but you're dressed as a girl, and it's whatever. We walk into the bathroom. It was like fucking Wrigley Field, like a ballpark. There was just a line. And I walk in, and it was like the place stops, and everybody turns and looks at me and Carino, and I go, And I'd never seen a line in a guy's bathroom before. And Karina just busts out laughing. This is only funny to him and me. Everyone else is just looking at us. So finally, like, the bathroom actually clears out. I got a urinal. Karina locks himself in a stall. And all of a sudden, Karina goes, "Wait! Punk, I can't see you! Don't leave without me! Wait!" and so I have to sit there and talk to him the whole time. We come back out of the bathroom, back up against the bar. I'm sitting there. Karina's getting progressively more drunk. And as we're sitting there, we're just laughing at everybody. This 8-foot-tall transvestite. She was 8 feet tall. Standing up. She had high heels on, of course. Me and Karina were looking up at her. She walks by, stops, just backpedals right up, and looks at us and goes, "You two aren't from around here." And me and Karina just gulp. You know, she's nose to nose with Karina, and Karina's shaking, looking direct. He's looking up at her. He's,
Oh, yeah.
Where are you from? I'm from America. And she goes, "Oh, the States. Honey, you should go to Chicago." And before Chicago is out of his mouth, I step up and Carino goes, "My friend's from Chicago! My friend's from Chicago!" Exit stage left, Steve Carino. So now I'm looking up face to face with this gigantic, beastly transvestite. She goes, "Oh, you ever been to Halsted Street?" Me not thinking, Halsted Street in Chicago is